The Passover festival was near. Jerusalem bustled with activity, its streets filled with the sounds of merchants, pilgrims, and families. Families traveled to the holy city from far and wide, their hearts filled with anticipation and reverence. They came to celebrate God's deliverance, a tradition passed down through generations. It was a time of joy, reflection, and hope, as people gathered to remember their shared history and faith. Amidst this vibrant backdrop, Jesus gathered with his disciples, seeking a moment of peace and intimacy. They met in a quiet upper room, away from the bustling city, to share a significant meal. A sense of somber anticipation filled the air, as each disciple sensed the gravity of the moment. They knew this meal was different, unlike any other they had shared before. Jesus and his disciples shared a final meal together, a moment that would be etched in history. This was no ordinary dinner. It was filled with deep meaning and purpose. It was the Passover Seder, a meal rich with symbolism and tradition. This meal was a sacred remembrance of God's faithfulness, a testament to his enduring promise. It recalled the Israelites' liberation from Egypt, a story of freedom and divine intervention. As they ate, Jesus spoke of profound truths, sharing wisdom that would guide them in the days to come. He spoke of God's love and his plan for salvation, words that resonated deeply with his followers. His words hung heavy in the air, filled with a mixture of hope and sorrow, as the disciples listened intently, knowing that this moment was unlike any other. A shadow fell over the Passover meal. Jesus announced that one of them would betray him. The disciples were stunned. They questioned, "Surely not I, Lord." Then Jesus made a startling revelation. He said, "It is the one who dips his bread into the bowl with me." All eyes turned to Judas Iscariot. Judas, filled with guilt and shame, slipped away into the night. His betrayal had begun. The weight of Jesus' words settled upon the remaining disciples. Confusion and fear filled their hearts. They couldn't comprehend how one of their own could betray their beloved teacher. Jesus took bread, blessed it, broke it, and gave it to his disciples. This act was not just a simple gesture, but a profound symbol of his impending sacrifice. "Take, eat," he said, "this is my body." By sharing this bread, he was inviting them to partake in his suffering and to remember his love and sacrifice. He then took a cup of wine, gave thanks, and offered it to them. This cup was more than just wine. It was a symbol of the new covenant between God and humanity. "Drink from it, all of you," he commanded. "This is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins." His blood would be the ultimate sacrifice, cleansing them of their transgressions. With these simple elements, bread and wine, Jesus instituted a sacred ritual. This ritual would be a lasting testament to his love and sacrifice. It was a visible reminder of his sacrifice. Each time they partook in this ritual, they would remember his ultimate act of love. The bread, a symbol of his broken body, offered for their sake. It was a tangible representation of his willingness to suffer for them. The wine, a representation of his blood, shed to wash away their sins. This act of sharing wine was a powerful reminder of the new life they were given through his sacrifice. The Last Supper is a pivotal moment in Christian faith. It is a moment that has been depicted in countless works of art and has been the subject of deep theological reflection for centuries. It marks the institution of the Eucharist, also known as Holy Communion. This sacred tradition is a cornerstone of Christian worship and practice. Christians around the world partake in this sacrament. It is a unifying act that transcends cultural and geographical boundaries. They remember Jesus' sacrifice and renew their covenant with God. This act of remembrance is both solemn and joyous. The Last Supper reminds us of God's immense love for us. It is a love that is unconditional and everlasting. It shows us the depth of his sacrifice. Jesus willingly gave himself up for the salvation of humanity. Jesus, in his final act of love, offered himself as a sacrifice. This act was the ultimate demonstration of his love and commitment to humanity. He did this to reconcile humanity with God. His sacrifice bridged the gap between the divine and the human. The Last Supper calls us to remember this sacrifice. It is a call to live in a way that honors this profound gift. It challenges us to live lives worthy of his love. Acts of kindness, compassion, and service are ways we can respond to this call. What does the Last Supper mean to you personally? How does it influence your daily life and actions? How does it shape your understanding of God's love and sacrifice? Reflect on these questions and let them guide your spiritual journey. Like this reflection, share it with your friends and family. Spread the message of love and sacrifice. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring content. Stay connected for more reflections and insights.